We are gathered here today to recognize those students who have distinguished themselves in some way during their tenure in the college. This tenure could be, as I see the awards, either as short as 2 years, as long as 5 or more years. I think it's inappropriate that we do this. I think it's appropriate that these people be recognized. I think it's also appropriate for me to say, and for all of us to understand, that I think all of you are students, in our opinion, are winners. You are students who, even Carol, students who have been admitted with extremely rigorous admission qualifications and have succeeded. For a shorter or longer duration, I think it's extremely important for us to recognize those of you who are graduating this spring or this summer, because you are certainly the achievers and the survivors. So I think it'd be appropriate for all of you to give all of each other a hand, don't you think? Short time schedule, so we hope to move through this very quickly. I've been given an order of appearance, if you will. The first of whom is Dr. Francis Parker, AICP Chair of the Department of Urban Planning for the Urban Planning Department Award.
Thank you. This is going to be short and sweet because I think half of our winners are not here. We first have a group of students who've been declared to be outstanding in their individual years. The criteria for this have been grade point average in the urban planning and development or the graduate urban and regional planning major, plus a vote of the faculty concerning the contribution and involvement of the particular student. The awards that will go for these winners will be a certificate plus a $25, the department will fund a $25 student membership in the American Planning Association. Our outstanding second-year student is not here because she's on a field trip presenting a final project to the Hoosier Boys Town up in Sherrillville. She'll get her certificate up there. That's Jennifer Lumpkin, who is our outstanding second-year planning student. Outstanding third-year planning student is here, at least I think I saw him earlier, and that's Barry L. Steffen. For the fourth year, and I'm not sure that she's here, Patricia M. Lake. Yeah. The outstanding fifth-year planning student is Tony S. Allender. For the graduate program, our outstanding first-year graduate planning student is Nancy A. Easton, and I don't believe Nancy's here. For the second-year graduate class, we ended up declaring 2 people as co-award winners. The first one is Leslie Ann Walker, whom I don't believe is here. And the second one is Ilunga Tupamuni, whom I've not seen around either. I recognize her in the people are really in the department. We have a community service. The department gives a community service award each year given to a person on the basis of their involvement in activities both within the department, in the university, and in the community. And our winner of the Community Service Award this year is Jeff Kingsbury. Again, an absentia here. We have several specific prizes. One is the American Planning History Research Prize. This is given by the Society for American City and Regional Planning History in honor of the best research paper in the area of planning history produced by a student of the program. The award for this is a certificate from the Society for American City and Regional Planning History and a certificate for $25 worth of plans from or drawings from historic urban plans. The winner of this is Nancy Easton for her paper entitled Soldiers and Sailors Monument, Fanfare for the Common Man. We have 2 awards given by the Indiana Planning Association. I don't have a certificate for these, but I would like to recognize each year the Indiana Planning Association gives us scholarship money to be allocated as the department sees fit. There are 2 winners in this category. The first is Greg Winkler, who I believe is here. Greg? Greg received support from the IPA for presentation of a paper last fall at the National Association of Collegiate Schools of Planning Conference. The second winner is Scott Adams. Is Scott here? No? Scott will be using his award to attend the annual Economic Development Academy in the spring. So I'd like to recognize him. We have one more award here that was not on the program because it came in very late. Public Service of Indiana has provided scholarships, one scholarship to go to a student in our program to encourage future leaders, people who will be interested in the process of economic and energy development in the state. The selection criteria for this were that it must be a student living in the counties served by Public Service of Indiana. And to quote their criteria, it should be students with well-rounded personalities, perhaps those with a demonstrated pattern of extracurricular participation are the individuals PSI would like to support with scholarships. This is a $1,000 scholarship to go toward student expenses during the coming year. And I'd like to announce that the department has decided that John Christos is the recipient of this scholarship.
To present the awards for the Department of Architecture, and the chair of the department, Marvin Rosamond, AIA. Thanks, Bob. Time this happened. I'll tell you about them anyway, and then while I'm at it, I'll even tell you who's going to get them. And then we'll move on. But they're very important to us. The first is the Henry Adams Medal.
The Henry Adams Medal is, it used to be called the gold medal. They actually give you a medal. It looks gold, but it's not real gold because the price of gold has gone up so high, they just call it the gold medal. But it used to be called the gold medal. And so you can understand how important it is. The Henry Adams Medal is given by the American Institute of Architects each year to the student in the graduating class in architecture with the highest grade point average. This year, the Henry Adams Medal will be awarded to Regina Rose Mormon. The second award that we're going to give out used to be called the Silver Medal. And you'd think they would still call it that because silver is only worth $4 and change an ounce. But they called it the Henry Adams Certificate. Now it's made out of paper. But it has the same connotation that it should have if it were made out of silver, and silver were worth $80 an ounce when the Hunt brothers cornered the market. So I still hold it in great esteem. The Henry Adams Certificate is awarded to the student in the architecture program graduating with the second highest grade point average, and this year the recipient of the Henry Adams Certificate is Brendan Pollard. I felt kind of bad that these two people, particularly Regina and Brendan, would be coming up here and would have to leave empty-handed. So I try to find something that would be most appropriate to make up the fact that the AIA didn't send them their certificates in the mail. So for Regina, I have this gift, and for Brendan, I have this gift. They're exactly the same. And I'd like to tell you something about these so that they would really appreciate them. These are cassettes. In here is a cassette, and it's called Build and Sing. It's a cassette of 18 songs. I'd like to quote from my material here. It's an 80-minute program of songs. Brendan, are you listening? I'm listening. An 80-minute program of songs, stories, and commentary performed by Joe Glazer. A lot of you don't know Joe Glazer offhand, but I'll tell you something about him. With a guitar before a group of architects and others in the building and planning field, a lively, delightful experience. Songs on this cassette, which you'll be able to take with you in just a minute, as a memento of this experience. This memento will include songs like Working on a Building, Little Boxes, Architect Student Blues, and one which I'm particularly fond of called I Wouldn't Live in New York City. Also included, I'll be done with this in a minute, are 13 other songs, are you listening? Dealing with housing, building, urban renewal, preservation, suburbia, city planning, gentrification, ecology, and the job of the architect, practically our entire curriculum on one audio cassette. Finally, because you and Gina will be getting these cassettes, and I also have them available for some of our other prize recipients, although the number is limited, I would like to tell you something about Joe Glazer. He has produced more than 25 of these LP albums and cassettes dealing with social commentary, and he's done it for almost 50 years. And the final comment I want to make is a quote from Senator William Proxmire, who said, after hearing Joe Glazer sing, "You are the world's greatest troubadour, Joe, in my view. In fact, you are the only troubadour that I give a damn for." Thank you very much, and best of luck to you. The mortar board each year asked the faculty in architecture for the name of an outstanding senior person who's graduating from the department this academic year, and we are reminded that the department could use its own criteria in the selection of the student, so naturally we use as many variables as possible, and there's quite a bit of discussion involved in trying to find a student that the department feels is outstanding in many ways. And this year, the recipient of the Outstanding Senior Award and the recipient of this third wonderful cassette tape is Brian K. Hollers. Congratulations. The Alpha Rho Chi Medal is named after the first three Greek letters in the word architecture. written in Greek, Alpha, Rho, and Chi. The Alpha Rho Chi Medal is is awarded by the National Professional Fraternity, Alpha Rho Chi, and it is given to a graduating student. I'm quoting here the description of the Alpha Rho Chi Medal. It says the Alpha Rho Chi Medal is to be awarded to the graduating senior of each school of architecture who has shown ability for leadership, performed willing service for his school or department, and gives promise of real professional merit through his attitude and personality. I'm reading what my instructions are. The words leadership, service, and merit are in boldface. The word his is in lowercase, so therefore the recipient of the Alpha Rho Chi Medal this year is Carol Conway.
Okay.
Showing you the instructions of how to deal with the medal. This is your cassette, and oh yes, here is your medal.
All right.
Congratulations. Dave Hermanson here. I think Dave will present the History Award.
Given to the graduating senior in architecture who has achieved the highest grade point average in the sequence of undergraduate history of architecture courses. This year it's somewhat unique in that we have 3 recipients, all of whom achieved a grade of A in all of the history courses. They are Regina Moorman. Is Regina here? Well, we'll catch her later, but recognition for Regina. Brendan Pollard, he was here. I hope he'll return, unless he thought that was the only award yet. He'll hold back for a moment. And Christopher Harvey. Is Christopher here? My initial thought was, since there would only be one recipient, that I'd get a facsimile edition of the Hypermata Macchia, 1501. Don't you remember that in History of Architecture? First book with architectural illustrations? Well, since there are 3, I couldn't get 3, so I will get 3 books this weekend, and I will get back to you. Thank you.
And the paper architecture recognition.
Thanks, Marv. This is a very nice day for us because in about an hour, the 6 award winners will be traveling over to Lafayette to receive the monetary awards from the Indiana Concrete Masonry Association. So this really is an award day. Before I do mention the 6 ICMA award winners from the second year of architecture, I would like to recognize 3 of our students who won awards from the Indianapolis chapter of the AIA in the paper architecture design competition, which 115 of our architecture students entered. And they were invited to the Excellence in Architecture recognition dinner at the Indianapolis Museum of Art the week before last and received their awards. And they were 3 out of the 4 awards given by a national jury. The 4th winner was Tom Cheeseman, who graduated from Ball State a year ago. So all 4 of the paper architecture awards this year went to 3 current students and 1 former student. And I'd like the 3 of you to come down. The first is Peter Hurd from 3rd year. I don't have anything for them, but you can at least see what they look like. The second recipient was T.J. McLeish. He was also from 3rd year. They've already gotten their awards. Congratulations again. I might make mention that Friday, the 20 of you that were selected in the in-department jury and whose boards were sent and juried by the national jury, they will be available outside my office, and we will have a certificate also for each one of you. So of the 20 whose boards did receive, in a sense, a finalist designation. If you would come by my office on Friday and pick up your certificate, and you can have your board back. And for those of you that entered, I think what makes these competitions great is that 115 students entered, and you might know that the 20 Ball State submissions made up over half of the submissions in the exhibit. So it was a very important part in the Indianapolis chapter. I think you folks realize we're very, very appreciative of the Ball State involvement. Thanks. For those of you that are new and in relationship to 22 years, most of you are new. For 22 years, the Indiana Concrete Masonry Association has been one of the staunchest supporters of excellence in education here at the college. And every year they give a sum of money both for design competitions and for traveling scholarships. And the ICMA competition recently has become a two-stage competition. An in-house jury, in a sense, creates a short list, and that is done by our thesis students and the faculty members other than second year, and I'd like to thank them and recognize them for their involvement in this year's ICMA competition. And then this past Monday, we had 5 professionals who gave of their time to, again, give our students a very special kind of experience. This year we did a Center for the Arts and Architecture in Columbus, Indiana. And the jury consisted of Sarah Northern, who is the Executive Director of the Visitor Center, Nolan Bingham, who is a Ball State graduate and an architect in Columbus, John Kinsella, who is a partner with the Stora Kinsella Partnership, is an urban designer planner, Peter Fritz, who's a graduate of our landscape program and is a landscape architect with Snell Environmental Group, and Jonathan Hess, who's a principal with Browning Day Mullins Deardoll. So needless to say, we think we had a 5-person jury that represented all of the disciplines and did a very, very excellent job for us. The 6 students who will be traveling to Lafayette to receive their monetary prize from ICMA, but we do have a certificate unsigned with the wrong date on it, and if hopefully by the time we'll leave, you'll have a signed certificate with the right date on it. The 2 honorable mentions, one went to Derek Selke. No, I know. We'll get it. It was the wrong date. Why sign the wrong date?
Well, I don't know. He wouldn't. He might not know it's the date. We could fake the signature. Congratulations.
The second honorable mention goes to Thang Dang. By the way, each of those carry a $75 award from the ICMA. 4th prize goes to Phil Jenkins with a $100 award. This one even has the name of last year's 3rd place winner on it, so we'll make sure we'll change that. 3rd prize, $125 cash award, goes to Matt Davis. Matt, this has the wrong name and the wrong date on it, but we'll get you the right one. The second prize, which carries a cash award of $175, goes to Bill Brown. And the first prize award of $300 goes to Greg Klasowski. By the way, I would like to also make mention of the 3 other second-year studio critics, Uwe Kuhler, Michelle Munyar, and Rod Underwood. And we were also greatly assisted by Vakhtang Davidea, who volunteered his time during the ICMA competition to be a roving critic. So we very much enjoyed his involvement.
Now to present the awards in the Department of Landscape Architecture, the Chair, Noel Vernon, ASLA.
Thank you very much. Can everyone hear me? No.
just speak into the
The
mic.
closer I speak, the more this thing pops. For our Outstanding Scholar Awards for second-year students, second-year Outstanding Scholar is Keith O'Connor. The third year Bachelor's of Landscape Architecture program Outstanding Scholar is Brett Poy. Brett. I think Brett may be on tour. If he's not here, quite a few of them are down doing a presentation today in Indianapolis. The most improved for the third-year student is Ron Taylor. Congratulations. For the fourth-year Bachelor of Landscape Architecture Outstanding Scholar, the winner is Christy Farnsworth. And Christy is in Washington at home at this point, so we will give that award in absentia. And for fourth-year Most Improved is Kate Drupa. And by the way, the Most Improved are nominated by faculty who have seen them do really remarkably wonderful things in the last year. So at any rate, Kate Drupa. The Outstanding Scholar for the fifth year is Steve Gallagher. And Steve is also the winner of the Mortarboard Award for this year from Landscape Architecture. Again, we have a student who is most improved, in other words, someone who's done an outstanding contribution this year, and that is Eric Sauer. Is Eric here? For the Outstanding Scholar, and the tie is between Robert Thompson and Michael Kent White. And Kent, I've seen you, yes. The Most Improved, in other words, an outstanding production for this year, is Martha Wilczynski, if she is here. For the second-year Master of Landscape Architecture, we have a three-way tie. And I have to say that these are really extremely outstanding students, and we're proud to have all of them in the program. Zhao Heng Huang, Christina Petlikoff, and Rodney Sullivan. Three-way tie. And finally, the third-year Master of Landscape Architecture students. Well, voila, bravo. So hang on. And finally, for the third-year Master of Landscape Architecture Outstanding Scholar Awards, we have again a tie between Diane Plow and Sherda Williams. Certificates to hand out. That is the winners of the undergraduate design team this year for the 1990 National Student Design Competition of the American Society of Landscape Architects. This is a team effort. Eric Beard, Patrick Cunningham, Steve Gallagher, David Hall, Ken Closer, and Travis Rice. All a joint team effort, joint team award. Architects presents two different awards to outstanding students. One is the award of an honor award, and the other is a merit award. And this year we were able to get quite a few of them for our program. Steve Gallagher won. We have a certificate of merit for Diane Flaw. Certificate of merit to Tamara Doty. Certificate of merit for Michael Blake. A certificate of merit for Eric Beard. This is here. And finally, a certificate of honor for Sherda Williams. And that concludes the LA one.
The members of the Landscape Architecture Honorary Sigma Lambda Alpha, Steve Gallagher, President of the Honorary.
Each year, the Tau chapter of Sigma Lambda Alpha here at Ball State has the opportunity to recognize and reward landscape architecture students who have achieved excellence, not only academically, but in the areas of leadership and promotion of the profession of landscape architecture. This year, we had quite a few from all different levels from third year on up. If you hold your applause till the end, I'll just read off these names. In third year, Michael Fraze, Thomas Johnson, Dave Swearingen, Greg Scott, Stacy Morris, Ron Taylor, Don Rhodes, and Chris Grimm. In fourth year, Ross Richardson, Linnell Fillmore, Doug Schneeman, Dave Roth. In fifth year, Greg Justice and Ken Closer. And in the graduate program, Tina Jones, Sherda Williams, Rob Sullivan, Deb Galvin, Tamara Doty, and Joni Ivey. You'll give them all a hand and respect them.
To present the College of Architecture and Planning Community-Based Projects Award, Michelle Mignard.
College is a program that is at collegiate level and is designed to give assistance and provide educational experiences for our students in different communities in the state of Indiana. This award is basically to recognize those students that have really demonstrated excellence in their participation and dedication to environmental design and planning, and to their dedication to improve the quality of life in towns and cities in Indiana. The process that we went through is basically these. There were a series of nominations that were made by project directors in the community-based project programs, and from those, two award winners will be recognized today. In terms of trying to decide what kind of an award, it was sort of a toss-up between two books and a full-paid vacation in the mobile studio. Due to major problems with liability and insurance, we sort of opted for the two books. However, I would like to recognize the first recipient, and that is Mr. Travis Rice. And I understand Travis is not here probably, but we would like to recognize him, please. A second recipient is Tony Allender for the CDP Award. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
It's now my pleasure to recognize those students who are graduating from the college with academic honors, these including graduation with departmental honors, graduation with honors from honors college, and graduation with academic honors, the well-known Latin honors. Those people graduating with departmental honors, specifications are to graduate with departmental honors in a major concentration. Students must complete a program during the junior and senior years that consists of tutorials, independent research, and an honors thesis. The minimum grade point ratio for graduation with departmental honors is 3.5 in the academic major. We have one person graduating with departmental honors in landscape architecture, Jenny Hatton. Graduation with honors from the Honors College. In addition to their major and minor concentrations, Honors College graduates complete a required core curriculum that includes symposia in science and social science, a year-long humanities course, honors colloquia, and a senior's honors thesis. Students must also have a grade point average, a final grade point average of not less than 3.25 in all of their university courses to graduate with honors from Honors College. We have a number of students here who are graduating in this category. In architecture, Kim Baer, Tim Bernard, Kevin Burns, Brian Danny, Chip Hill, Leslie Judd, Kathy Lee, Steve Long, Brendan Pollard, and Todd Reinhardt, and Tim Richot. Could you give these people a hand? In landscape architecture, these students are Pat Cunningham, Steve Gallagher, David Hall, Ken Closer, and Lisa Meyer. Graduation with academic honors. Baccalaureate degree recipients with outstanding scholastic records are graduated with academic honors. Persons with cumulative grade point average of at least 3.6 but less than 3.8 graduate cum laude. Persons with a cumulative GPAs of at least 3.6 but less than 3.8 graduate magna cum laude. If a person has a grade point average of greater than 3.9, then it's summa cum laude. As all you Latin scholars know, cum laude means with praise. Magna cum laude means with great praise, and summa cum laude means with highest praise. So that's a lot of praise. Graduating cum laude, Tony Allender, Chris Harvey, Chip Hill, Lisa Meyer, and Travis Rice. Magna cum laude, David Hall, Gina Mormon, and Brendan Pollard. And summa cum laude, Steve Gallagher. Tony Costello will recognize those students who achieved academic honors in writing.
Thanks, Bob. I think you're all aware that our college places a great deal of emphasis on attempting to provide a well-rounded education. I think a lot of people think the only thing that architects and landscape architects do is to draw. The only thing that planners do is to draw maps. I think our student body has proven otherwise. I think you know that the college was recognized with one of the first AIA National Honor Awards in education for the writing in the design curriculum. And all of you probably sit there and you may grumble, but obviously when most of us now read thesis proposals or we read anything in the upper years, we can certainly tell as a faculty that you are taking the notion of writing as a very serious part of being a professional. I think this college has just established a record. I'm not sure if it's going to be broken. Because this year, out of the 21 academic honors in writing in the entire university graduating class, this college has received 6 of them. And I think you know our percentage of graduates across the university is far, far less than that. We have 1 from planning and 5 from architecture. The 1 from planning is Tony Allender. You will be receiving a letter signed off by the appropriate departmental people. From architecture, we have Gina Mormon. And we do have letters for those in architecture. Leslie Judd. Steve Long. And Lisa Campbell. You might be interested in knowing that the Department of English has only 2 recipients in academic honors in writing.
Sorry, Tony, you're up again.
Okay.
Silver Anniversary Logo Competition recognition.
Thank you. This is kind of interesting, and I'm sorry he is not here. The first event as part of this year, which was our silver anniversary, 25th anniversary year for the College of Architecture and Planning, which in fact we introduced a year ago at this very ceremony, was an invitation to you as a student body to enter a logo competition. And that would be a logo that would be used on publications and other graphics during this past year. We have never awarded the winner of that anything, and so I don't believe he's here because he did not come down for his writing or academic honors in writing, but we have a book here which is Mario Botta, Architecture 1960-1985 for Steve Long, so you would recognize it.
And it's Tony Costello again for the presentation of a special scholarship. Tony?
Thank you very much, Bob. This is a very, very special honor for me as a faculty member here. I think it's a very special honor for our present third-year class in the Department of Architecture. Last summer, we had a very tragic accident befall one of our students. Glenn Sabados died in a construction accident, and I think all of us who knew Glenn, who had the privilege to work with him in any manner, felt a very tragic loss. And I think as with most of us in life, obviously, you can do one of 2 things. You can either look at the loss and simply accept it, which I think we all have to do, but you can also take that loss and turn it into something that is positive. And it is my pleasure to introduce a woman that, as far as I'm concerned, in the last 10 months, has shown me the ultimate of taking a tragic loss and turning it into something very positive and something that I think all of us here hope will be an absolutely ongoing tribute to Glenn Sabados, and that is his mother, Peggy. And Peggy, if you would come forward, please.
Well, I just want to thank everyone that's been connected with this scholarship. Tony Costello, the faculty, all the students that have been involved. I can't believe all of the time and the effort and the generosity they put into this. It's wonderful, and I really appreciate it. And this scholarship has been such a wonderful tribute to Glenn's memory, and it is so meaningful. And today it makes me very happy to give tribute to someone that is very deserving, and the recipient he had to demonstrate qualities that I think are very, very deserving. And what I want that person to know is, along with the dollar amount of the scholarship, which I hope will be a help in his goals, is the special meaning and feeling that really goes along with it. So I want to congratulate Joseph Torito.
I think I have to say something about Peggy. The amount of the scholarship is $1,000. And if any of you know how scholarships work, they work off an endowment in which the interest is what is granted as a scholarship. You do not touch the principal, because if you do, the scholarship will not be there. And so through, I would have to say, the amazing efforts of Peggy, enough money was raised in the last 9 months to basically be able to give a $1,000 scholarship. And you've all gone through calculus and differential equations, and I know you can work that out looking at the current rate of interest. And I just want to say that for me, it's been an absolute pleasure and quite honestly a tremendous inspiration to work with you, Peggy. And it is, I think, a tremendous tribute to Glenn that his name will live on in a scholarship that will continue to honor very worthy students.
I would now introduce Francis Parker for another special recognition.
Each year, the university gives an award, the John R. Emmons Award, for a person declared as its outstanding senior in terms of contribution to the university and the community. And I'd like to just read the appropriate phrases from the university announcement of the award. The winner of the John R. Emmons Award for 1990-91 has maintained a notable academic record while pursuing bachelor's degrees in environmental design and urban planning and development in the College of Architecture and Planning. In addition, he has held offices or been involved in the following organizations: Delta Chi Fraternity, Student Chapter of the American Planning Association, Student Association, Interfraternity Council, Clevenger Hall Council, Order of Omega Greek Honorary, Student Alumni Relations Team. He is also a founding member of Tau Sigma Delta Honor Society for Architecture and the Allied Arts, is co-chair of Senior Challenge 1991, was on the board of directors for Riverside Normal City Neighborhood Association, representing student interests, and is a member of the Ball State University Board of Trustees. The winner is Jeff Kingsbury.
I have one other recognition and then an announcement. The recognition is of a group of students who not only have academic prowess, but they have athletic prowess. That is our lickety-split bikeathon team, which finished third independent and fourth overall in the recent bikeathon race in absolutely extraordinarily difficult conditions. We have a semi-framed photograph here of the team.
I will give you their names and ask them if they are here to come forward and receive the same. Steve Ruskey, Brian Clayton, Jeff Windmiller, Dave Moore, Darren Reno, Brian Martin, Jenny Haddon, and Jim Bothwell. Are any of those people here? That comes to the end of our program. Thank you for coming. I have one last announcement, or I've been asked to make, that the AIAS elections will be held immediately after this ceremony, which is right now, in room 202, not room 100. I have another announcement from someone.
Jeff Kingsbury is back here.
Oh, Jeff Kingsbury is here. That's Jeff Kingsbury. Congratulations, Jeff. Thank you. Congratulations to all. Is that right? Is that right?
Oh, I left
What
one
is it?
step out of my current methodology. I had written it all in the
What is
board.
this? It's a
Yeah.
video camera. What do you mean? It's the award ceremony.
What an in.
There she is. Congrats.
On what?
You have a top award. Didn't you hear?
I was busy setting up my
Oh,
pieces.
you missed it.
What did I miss?
Top grade point.
I was thinking about having
Come on.
to do it.
Hello, let's see. Receptionist.
Receptionist, that's my name.
Yeah, that's your name. Okay.
Yeah. The landscape architecture, they get all the prize again?
Yes.
Each of them?
Uh-huh.
That's stupid. They do it last year. And I don't believe all of them work that hard. And nobody in architecture department can get it.
Is this an editorial comment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just show the dean of this office. I mean, it's really stupid.
Weekly split fight team.
Right. Athletic prowess as well as academic.
There you go.
Congratulations. You can shake Brian's hand for me.
All right.
Hey, open the goddamn shop! That's Bob. Open the fucking shop!
Okay, Bob, where's this magnificent soldering machine you should have told me about Monday?
We didn't have it Monday.
Oh, okay.
We just got it today.
Oh, that's right.
I just have all kinds of fun with this thing.
Show me some stuff. I haven't used a surface blender in ages. I just want to make sure I have stuff.
Okay.